When someone looks at you and says, "I like your smile. It feels calm." What do you say? Many people quickly answer, "It's nothing," or "I don't look good today." They believe it sounds polite. They believe it shows they are humble, but it does not sound kind to the person who spoke first. When you say, "It's nothing," the other person feels that you did not take their kind words. They gave you something gentle, and you pushed it away. It makes the moment feel a little cold. The writer Leil Lowndes explains that when someone gives you a compliment, you should not refuse it. You should take it kindly. You can smile and say, "Thank you, I'm happy you like it." This short answer is soft and honest. It tells the other person that you hear them. It tells them that you care about their words. It makes both of you feel warm inside. People who connect easily with others use this skill all the time. They make simple moments feel safe. For example, Taylor Swift often accepts compliments with calm gratitude. She smiles, says thank you, and adds a kind word back. That small action makes her fans feel seen and loved. She doesn't just speak, she connects. You can do this too. You can make people feel good by accepting small kindness with grace. It is a small habit, but it builds strong trust. Every warm moment starts with a soft yes. Now think about this. Do you sometimes sit with others and stay quiet because you don't know what to say? Maybe you sit with your coffee. You look at your phone. You wait for someone else to start. Later, you go home and think, "Why can't I talk easily like others?" There is nothing wrong with you. Many kind and smart people feel the same way. You were just never taught how to begin in a way that feels safe. Leil Lowndes wrote How to Talk to Anyone to help with that. She teaches simple ways to start talking, to listen deeply, and to make people want to see you again. You'll learn how to make small words feel warm, how to answer fully so the talk stays alive, and how to share little stories about yourself that make others curious to know more. Leil spent years watching how people build connections at work, in love, and in daily life. She turned what she learned into small, clear steps that anyone can follow. Many readers say her ideas helped them feel calm and confident in places that once made them nervous. This video is not just a book summary. It is a way to grow your English and your heart at the same time. You don't need to study for hours. You can just listen again and again. Play this while cooking, cleaning, or resting. Science proves this works. In 1978, Lev Vygotsky showed that people learn by hearing, copying, and repeating. In 1974, Alan Baddeley and Graham Hitch found that when we hear the same words many times, our brain moves them into long-term memory. Later, teachers like Alexander Arguelles and Hamada in Japan proved that listening and speaking together helps people talk more naturally. So, if you feel busy today, save this video and listen again later, when you walk, when you sit on the bus, or when you lie down to rest. Let your mind relax. Let your English grow gently. Now, think of one person you care about. Maybe your mom, a friend, or someone you love but cannot talk to in English yet. Type the first letter of their name in the comments. You don't need to tell their story. It is a small promise that you will keep learning for them. And I'll be right here to help you do that. Let's begin. Start warm, not formal. Before a rain begins, the first drop falls to the ground. It touches the dry seed and makes it soft. When other drops come, the seed is ready to grow. A single drop can prepare the earth for new life. It's just like a warm opening line in a conversation. You water the ground before the talk begins. Sweetheart, come sit a little closer. I want to tell you one small thing that can change how every talk begins. It works with new people, co-workers, and even a friendly stranger waiting beside you at a coffee shop in Boston or Los Angeles. Most people start every talk the same way. They say, "Hi, how are you?" They mean to be nice. They think this line is polite and safe. But the truth is, our brain has heard, "Hi, how are you?" too many times. It feels empty now. When someone says it, we answer without feeling. We say, "I'm fine," and you, and then both sides fall quiet. The moment dies before it starts. When you ask, "How are you?" you are asking a person to open their inside world. But maybe that person is tired. Maybe they have money worries. Maybe their child is sick. They don't want to open their heart to someone they just met, so they hide behind short answers. That is why the talk stays cold. There is a kinder way. Say one short, real sentence about the world you both share right now. We call this a warm line. A warm line is small, true, and easy. It talks about something both of you can see, hear, feel, or smell. For example, you can say, "The coffee smells strong today." You can say, "It's a beautiful morning." You can say, "That color looks great on you." Each of these lines tells the other person, "I see you. I'm here with you." It is real, not routine. When someone hears a warm line, their body relaxes. The brain feels safe. The face softens. The eyes begin to smile. This is not magic. It is how humans work. When people feel safe, they open up. They want to talk. They want to listen. You see, a warm line is like that first drop before the rain. It softens the ground so the next words can grow. It makes space for connection, not performance. It tells the heart, "It's safe to open now." Now, I want to ask you gently, do you still hide behind, "How are you?" because it feels safe? Do you fear that your English will sound wrong? Please remember, you don't need perfect grammar to be kind. You only need to be real. So, here's your tiny practice today. Find one human near you. Look around. Say one warm, true line about what you both see. Maybe it smells nice here. Maybe busy morning, right? Then smile. That's it. Each time you do this, you'll feel your English grow stronger, your body calmer, and your world kinder. One warm line can open one warm heart. That's how real talk begins. Listen to understand, not to reply. Sweetheart, come sit with me for a minute. I want to share something very small, but it can change the way people feel around you. It can make your talks warmer and kinder. Two ones. Even if your English is not perfect. You don't need fancy words or long sentences. You just need to learn how to listen with care. Many people think good talking means saying a lot, but real good talk means helping the other person feel heard. When people feel that you hear them, they start to feel safe with you. They feel close to you. That's how trust begins. Let's make it simple. When someone says, "My weekend was crazy," most people quickly say, "Mine too," or start talking about their own life. They don't mean to be rude, but that answer closes the door. The other person thinks, "You don't really care about what I said." But if you softly ask, "What made it crazy?" or "Was it work or family?" then something changes. You are saying, "I want to know you. I care about what you feel." That one question can open a real connection. Scientists say that when someone feels understood, the brain makes a happy chemical called oxytocin. It helps people relax. Their heart slows down, their face looks softer, and their voice becomes calm. That's why this small question is powerful. It's not a trick. It's simply human. Let me tell you about Sarah, a woman who works in California. She is quiet. She doesn't talk much in meetings, but her boss always trusts her. One day, her boss said, "My dad is sick. I have to drive 2 hours to see him." Sarah didn't forget. A few days later, she asked, "How's your dad doing now?" That simple question made her boss feel cared for. From then on, he gave her more projects and respect, not because she talked a lot, but because she listened with her heart. You can do this too. When you talk to someone, try to let them speak more. For the first few minutes, they can speak 60% of the time, and you speak 40. That means you wait for them to finish. You nod, you smile a little. You can say, "I understand," or "I hear you." Then ask one soft question. That question is your gift. Many people are scared of silence. They think if they stop talking, things will feel strange. But silence for 2 or 3 seconds is not bad. It gives the other person time to think and share more. Silence says, "I'm here with you. You can keep going." That short pause builds comfort. You can see this in how Oprah Winfrey talks on TV. She listens fully. She waits. She often says, "What did that feel like for you?" and then stays quiet. Her guests start to open up and cry because they feel safe. You don't need to be famous like Oprah to make people feel that. You can do it in your daily life. Try this today. When you talk with someone, listen for feeling words like tired, happy, nervous, or worried. If your friend says, "I'm tired this week," you can say, "You're tired. What made it so hard?" You're not trying to fix their problem. You're showing kindness through understanding. Start small. Ask your coworker, "How did your meeting go today?" Ask your child, "Did you sleep better last night?" Ask your neighbor, "Is your back feeling any better now?" These tiny questions show love. They reduce stress for both of you. When you listen this way, people will remember how you made them feel. They will trust you more. They will see you as someone safe, kind, and real. The truth is, people don't fall in love with loud voices. They feel close to the one who listens. Repeat to connect. One cold morning in the mountains, a small boy shouted into the valley, saying, "I am scared." The echo came back with the same words. "I am scared." He felt even more afraid. Then he tried again, louder, saying, "I am brave." And the mountain answered with the same, "I am brave." This time, the boy smiled. He learned something simple but deep. The world gives back what we send out. People are like that mountain too. When you repeat someone's words with care, they hear themselves and they feel understood. That small act builds a bridge between two hearts. Let's make this real. In Chicago, one young man sold phones. His numbers were low until he changed one tiny habit. He stopped talking so much and started listening better. When customers said, "The price is high," he didn't argue or explain. He simply repeated softly, "Hi." The customer then shared more, explaining why they felt that way and what they truly needed. His sales tripled, not because of tricks, but because people felt safe with him. Why does this work? Because every human brain loves the sound of its own words. When people hear their words come back gently, their mind says, "You hear me." It is not copying. It is connection. It is not imitation. It is empathy. Think of how you talk with friends or your partner. If they say, "I am tired," and you answer, "Tired," in a soft and kind voice, they relax. Their heart opens. They feel that you really care. You do not have to fix their problem. You just have to make them feel seen. To use this skill, start simple. Choose one or two important words from what they said. Repeat them slowly, with warmth in your tone. Do not repeat the whole sentence. Do not interrupt. say it once, then stay quiet for a moment. Let silence work for you. Add a gentle nod or look into their eyes. It makes your message stronger. You can use this in every part of life, at work, at home, in love, in interviews, even with your kids. One soft echo can calm tension and bring peace. But remember, do not repeat too much. One time is enough. If you repeat too often, it may sound strange or fake. Your goal is not to sound smart. Your goal is to make the other person feel respected. If you have been sitting still for a while, take a slow breath now. Relax your shoulders. Next time someone speaks to you today, try to echo one word they say. You will notice something beautiful. Both of you will feel calmer because when you echo their words, you also echo their heart. One sentence to remember: echo their words and you echo their heart. Talk less, care more. Think about the last time you talked to someone. Did you really listen? Or were you just waiting for your turn to speak? Most people talk to be liked, but the real magic happens when you talk to make others feel liked. This lesson will show you how to do that with just one simple change. Many people believe that to sound interesting, they must talk a lot about themselves. They think that long stories about their life will make people care. But people don't fall in love with the person who talks big. They remember the one who makes them feel seen and valued. Imagine this. You are at a party in New York or maybe at work. Someone asks you, "Where are you from?" Many people start talking for minutes about their city, their family, or their childhood. The other person listens politely, but feels tired, not because the story is bad, but because the focus never comes back to them. There is a softer and smarter way. You can answer simply, so then invite them to share. You can say, "I am from Seattle. Have you ever been there?" You give a little piece of yourself, but you also give them a door to walk through. You show that you care about what they think. This small act makes them feel important. Science supports this. When a person talks about themselves, the brain releases happy chemicals. Their body relaxes. Their heart rate slows down. That is why good listeners are loved. They make others feel safe, heard, and understood. Think of Oprah Winfrey. Millions love her not because she talks the most, but because she listens the best. She repeats one small thing her guest said and asks softly, "What did that mean for you?" People cry, they open up, and they feel safe. You can do that too, even with your friends, your coworkers, or your family. Here's a simple rhythm to practice. Step 1. Listen without jumping in. Step 2. Repeat 1 or 2 important words they said. Step 3. Ask one warm question. If your friend says, "I started baking again," you can smile and say, "Baking again. What made you start?" It's not a trick. It's care. You are not stealing the story. You are feeding it. Remember, do not try to top their story. If they say, "I had a long day," don't say, "You think that's long? You should hear mine." That closes the door. Let them stay in the center. Let them talk about what lights them up. When they shine, they begin to see you as someone bright too. Next time someone shares something, do not end the moment with cool. Ask one kind question. What do you like about it? How did it begin? When you stop trying to impress, your body calms down, your breath slows, your shoulders drop, and people start to feel calm and happy around you because you are the one who makes them feel special. Let your story say hello. One morning, a little bird found a blue feather lying on the grass. It was not its own, but it was beautiful, soft, bright, and different. The bird looked at it, then carefully placed it on its wing. When it flew to the big tree, all the other birds stopped and stared. They chirped and asked where it came from. The little bird smiled. For the first time, it did not have to speak first. The feather spoke for it. Sometimes, connection begins before words do. Sweetheart, we often think we need perfect English to be liked, but people do not connect with grammar. They connect with something real, a story, a feeling, a spark that shows who you are. That little blue feather was not magic. It was a sign of something true, like curiosity, kindness, or courage. And that is what people feel when they see a small piece of your real self. You can do the same. Maybe it is a book you love, a handmade bracelet from your mom, or a pin that says "Be kind." When someone notices it, you do not need to force a conversation. It begins naturally, just like the birds around the blue feather. Why does it work? Because our minds relax when we see something simple and real. We do not have to find the right words. We can start with what is visible and true. And in that small space of truth, friendship begins. So, next time you go out, wear your blue feather, something that carries a story, a memory, or a piece of your heart. Let it say hello before your mouth does. One sentence to remember. Let your small story speak before you do. Learn to take a compliment. My love, come sit close for a moment. I want to tell you something small, but it can make your life softer and your relationships warmer. It is about how you answer when someone says something kind to you. Most people do not notice this. When someone tells you, "I like your shirt," or "You did great today," you may quickly say, "Oh no, it was nothing," or "I just got lucky." You believe you are being polite or humble, but actually, that kind of answer can make the other person feel shut out. They tried to give you a gift, but you did not take it. Let me explain it clearly. When someone gives you a compliment, They are not only talking about your clothes, your work, or your looks. They are sharing a small part of their heart. They are saying, I see you, and I feel good when I see you. If you answer, it was nothing. You are telling them, you are wrong, or you should not feel that way about me. And even if they smile, they feel a little hurt inside. They feel like their kindness hit a wall. There was a student in Austin who learned this lesson in a beautiful way. One day, her teacher told her, "Your drawing is wonderful." She did not hide behind fake modesty. She smiled and said, "Thank you. I'm happy you like it." That was all. Later, that teacher mentioned her to another teacher who offered her an internship. That one gentle thank you opened a door for her. You see, accepting a compliment is not pride. It is respect. It is not about saying, I am perfect. It is about saying, I hear you, and I respect your kind feeling. When you simply say, thank you, you let the warm feeling finish its full circle. Both people feel good. The air becomes light. Now imagine 2 short scenes. First, a friend says, "You look nice today." You answer, "No, I look so tired." Their smile fades a little, and the talk ends quickly. Second, the same friend says, "You look nice today." You breathe, relax your shoulders, and say, "Thank you. That's kind of you." This time, both of you feel calm. The moment becomes warm and safe. This is not only good manners, it also helps your body relax. When you fight every kind word, your body stays tight all day. Your heart beats fast. Your brain keeps worrying about how you sound. But when you let kind words land, your body learns, I am safe to be seen. I am allowed to feel loved. Your chest feels softer. Your breath slows. You also teach others how to treat you. People trust those who can receive kindness without fear. Think about Taylor Swift. She meets fans who say, "Your song helped me." She does not say, "Oh no, it's nothing." She looks at them and says, "Thank you. I'm glad it helped you." Simple, warm, and honest. That is quiet confidence. That is why people love her. So here is your small practice today. The next time someone gives you a compliment, do not say, "It was nothing." Do not say, "I just got lucky." Just take one calm breath, look into their eyes, and say, "Thank you. I'm happy you think so." That's all. Let that thank you stay in the air. Let it belong to both of you, because you deserve to feel loved, and they deserve to feel that their kindness reached you. Add one more line. One evening, a shy young woman named Emma went to a small dinner party in Los Angeles. She did not know anyone there. Everyone was laughing and talking easily, while she sat quietly with her cup of tea. A friendly man next to her tried to start a conversation. He smiled and asked if she liked movies. Emma looked up and softly said yes, then silence. He nodded politely, turned to someone else, and the talk ended right there. She felt invisible again, but halfway through dinner, another guest asked her the same question. This time, she remembered a tip she had read online that morning. The tip said that when someone asks, give one more line. So she tried. She said that she liked movies based on true stories, especially ones where people find hope again. The man's face lit up. He said, "Oh, really? Have you seen The Pursuit of Happiness?" And just like that, a real conversation began. They talked about the movie, dreams, and how people rise after failure. Before the night ended, she had made 3 new friends, all because of one extra line. Sometimes connection begins not with big words, but with one small open door. Sweetheart, come closer. Let us talk about something small but very powerful. It is not about speaking perfect English. It is not about knowing big words. It is about how you answer when people talk with you. Every answer you give can build a bridge or build a wall. I want you to build bridges, not walls, so people can feel your warm heart. Imagine this simple moment. Someone asks you if you like movies. Most people just say, yes, then they stop. After that, the talk dies. The other person has nothing more to say. You both feel a little awkward. You look at your phone or smile without words. It feels cold, right? But you can change this very easily. The next time someone asks you if you like movies, try to add one more line. You can say that you like true story movies, the kind based on real people. Do you see the difference? Now the talk has life. The other person can ask which true story movies you like. Now you are not strangers anymore. You are 2 people sharing something real. There is a simple reason this works. Our brain wakes up when it hears new details. It feels bored when it only hears yes or no. When you give a little more, even a few words, you make the other person curious. You show them it is safe to know you. That small extra line builds trust faster than long speeches. You do not need to speak a lot. You just need one more thought after your answer. I know a man named Mike in San Diego. He is quiet, but everyone at work likes him. New workers often sit with him at lunch. The reason is simple. When people ask if he plays sports, he does not stop at yes. He says that he plays basketball with his brother every Friday night because it helps him relax. See how friendly that sounds? That small detail gives people many new ways to talk with him. They can ask where he plays, if his brother is older, or if he watches NBA games. And that is how small talks become real friendships. Maybe you sometimes feel alone, even when people are around. Maybe you sit on a bus, in a cafe, or in class, and think that nobody really knows you. Many people in cities like New York or Los Angeles feel this way. They think the problem is their English, but often the problem is not English. It is short answers. The other person wants to connect, but your answer stops the talk too soon. The good news is that you can change this right now. You do not need perfect grammar. You do not need to talk a lot. You only need to add one small piece after your yes or no. You can say because I like, I love, or it helps me. These little words give space for the other person to stay longer with you. For example, if someone asks if you like music, you can say that you love slow piano when you drive at night because it makes you feel calm. That is soft, kind, and real. Even famous people do this. Think of Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. When someone asks him if he likes making movies, he never says just yes. He says that he loves making movies where families can sit together and smile. That one line makes him sound human, kind, and close. People love him because he opens small doors like that in every talk. So here is your gentle practice. When someone asks you a question, do not stop at one word. Add one more small truth, one simple reason. That is how you let people walk into your world. It is not about being extra. It is about being kind. And when you do that, people will not just hear your words. They will feel your heart. Share a little, connect more. When I was a child, I loved the old story of Hansel and Gretel. The two children were lost in the dark forest, but they dropped little pieces of bread on the ground so they could find their way home in real life. We can do the same in our talks with people. When you speak, you can drop small pieces of your real life, one at a time, just like breadcrumbs. These tiny pieces help others feel curious. They make people want to walk closer to you and know you better. My cousin Lily called me one night from her small apartment in Queens. Her voice was full of worry. She said that men talk to her and then stop. She loses them in 1 minute. She talks too much. She tells her whole story. Then they never call again. I asked her what she said to the last man. She said he asked what she does, and she told him everything. She said she hates her boss. She said she wants to move to Texas. She said her ex was jealous. She said rent in New York is crazy. She said she wants a dog but does not trust dating apps. I smiled and said, "Sweetheart, you did not answer his question. You gave him your whole life in one breath." She laughed, but then she asked softly what she should say instead. I told her something simple that I want you to remember too. When you meet someone new, you do not have to tell everything about your life right away. You can share just one small, true detail at a time, then stop and let them ask more if they want to. This is how you build a soft and safe connection. It makes people curious and comfortable. When someone asks what you do, most people use big titles, such as I am a nurse or I am an engineer. But those short labels end the talk because they give no reason to continue. Try giving one small, real detail instead. For example, you can say that you help kids stay calm in the hospital, or that you write stories about people you meet on the subway. These answers are short, but they open doors. The other person will probably ask, "Really? What kind of stories?" Now they want to talk to you more. You are not chasing the talk anymore. The talk is coming to you. This works because people's brains love curiosity. When you give too much information too fast, their minds get tired. But when you give one clear detail, they want to know more. They feel safe and interested. The talk becomes easy. This skill can help you everywhere. At work, on dates, when talking to other parents, or even with a stranger in line at Starbucks. Here are some examples you can try. When someone asks to where you are from, instead of giving a long story about your family, just say that you are from Miami and that you miss the heat. That small extra line makes people smile and reply, "Is it too cold for you here?" Or, "I wish I had that sunshine." Now you are both laughing and connecting. Or, if someone asks what you do on weekends, do not say that you stay home alone and clean your house. You can say that your sister and you make little food videos, and she always dares you to try something new. That kind of answer feels light, fun, and real. Let me ask you this. Do you talk too much because you are afraid people will leave if they do not see the real you fast? Or do you say almost nothing because you are afraid to sound boring? Most people live on one of these two sides. The truth is, you do not need to be too open or too quiet. The best way is to share little by little. Here is how to practice. Choose one topic about your life and divide it into 3 small parts. When you meet someone new, just share the first part. If they ask more, you can share the second. If they keep asking, now you know they are safe and interested, and you can decide to share the third. This is not being cold. This is being kind to your heart. True connection does not happen when you tell your full story fast. It grows slowly when you share small, gentle details and let the other person walk with you step by step. Oprah once said that you do not have to tell everything to be real. You just have to be honest with the part you do share. That is how real closeness begins. Not with a flood of words, but with one small truth at a time. Add one small truth after your name. Sweetheart, take my hand for a moment. You have learned how to share one extra line so people feel safe with you. Now, I want to give you the next small gift. This gift is about the first thing you say when you meet someone. It is about the way you say your name. Most people think the first line is only, "Hi, I'm John." They think that is enough. But let me tell you what really happens in real life. You say, "I'm John." The other person smiles. They nod. 3 seconds later, it is gone from their head. They are not bad. You are not boring. The mind just cannot hold a name with no feeling. The mind needs one small point to grab, one little line that helps them remember you. We call this little line your tagline. Let me tell you a story, my love. A woman walks into a work party in Boston. The first man says, "I'm Mark." People say, "Hi," and walk away. Nothing wrong with Mark, but nothing stays. Then a woman walks in and says, "I'm Anna. I bake cakes for people who say they don't like cake." Now, the room wakes up. People smile at her. They laugh. They say, "Wait, what do you mean?" They want to talk to her. They remember her all night. Why does this happen? It happens because she did not just give her name. She gave one short line that showed her heart and her style. Your tagline is not only your job. Your job is not always your heart. Your tagline is a tiny, true part of you. One soft piece after your name. It can be a sweet joke. It can be a small fact. It can be one honest love in your life. It does not have to be big. Small is better because small feels real. Listen to this, baby. You can say, "I'm Emily. I work with dogs. They are better than coworkers." Do you hear the tone? It is warm. It is playful. It is safe. When you talk like this, most people smile right away and say, "Oh, you work with dogs. What kind?" You did not beg for them to like you. You did not tell your life story. You only gave them one line that helps them ask more. Now, I want to tell you why this works in a very clear way. When you say only "I'm John," my brain hears sound, but I do not see a person. When you say, "I'm Anna. I bake for people who do not like cake," now my brain can see you in a kitchen. I can smell sugar. I can feel fun. You feel human to me. My body trusts you faster because you feel like a real person, not a mask. This is why people feel close to Jennifer Lawrence, the movie star from The Hunger Games. In many talks on TV, she does not act like a cold star from the sky. She will say simple, funny lines about herself, like, "I love food too much for red carpet rules." People hear that and think, she is not fake. She is like me. She is safe. See how one soft line can make millions of people feel seen. You do not need to be famous to use the same idea in a small room. Now let me sit with you and ask something gentle. When someone looks at you and says, "And you are," what happens in your body? Do you freeze and feel small? Do you only say your name and hope they move on fast? Or do you start talking and talking because you feel you must prove your value. I know how heavy that feels. You do not have to live like that. You do not have to be silent. You do not have to perform. You only need one short tagline ready. So, how do we make your tagline? We do it slow. Take one small part of you that is true and soft, not your whole story. Just one little thing that shows your light. Maybe you fix old cars in your friend's garage on Sunday. Maybe you read kids' stories at the library on West Main Street. Maybe you cook for your grandma, and she is the boss of the kitchen and tells you more salt, more salt. Now, we take that one thing and we place it after your name. I'm Luis. I fix old cars on Sunday so they can shine again. I'm Maya. I teach kids to swim, and they are all louder than me. I'm Ben. I build small robots that can dance. Can you feel how easy it is now to talk to Luis, to Maya, to Ben? With each one, you already have a question to ask. You want to know the story. You feel like you already know the person a little. That is the power. You are giving people one safe door to walk through. You are telling them, you can sit with me here. You can ask me this. I want to say this part very clear. Your tagline needs to be honest. Please do not try to sound rich if you are not rich. Please do not try to sound cool if you are tired and sad and just trying your best. People can feel fake, and when they feel fake, they pull back. But people also feel soft truth, and when they feel soft truth, they lean in. The goal is not to sell yourself. The goal is to make the other heart feel welcome with you. Now here is a small practice I want you to really try tonight so that you can grow your English for beginners and also grow your calm in new rooms. Write 3 different taglines for yourself. Say them out loud in a kind voice. Feel which one sits nice in your body. Keep the one that feels most like, yes, that is me. You can practice in the mirror in your room. You can smile at yourself and say your name with love. This is not silly. This is how you teach your mouth and your mind. I am safe to meet people. One day you will walk into a room in New York or Miami or Dallas. Someone will turn to you and say, "What is your name?" You will not panic. Your chest will not close. You will feel ready. You will say your name, and you will add your sweet tagline. You will see their eyes light up like little yes lights. You will hear that soft laugh that means, I want to know more. And that is how a stranger starts to feel like a friend. There is an old man on my block in Houston. His name is Mr. Ray. He is 78. He sits outside in the evening with his sweet tea and his little radio. For a long time, people just walked past him. Cars, dogs, strollers. No one stopped. He was there, but it was like he was not there. One day, a teen boy from the next house, a kid who always looked mad at the world, slowed down. He did not know what to say. He just said, "Hey, hot today, huh?" Mr. Ray smiled so big. He said, "I'm from Georgia. This heat is nothing to me." Then he laughed and tapped his cup. That one tiny line, "I'm from Georgia. This heat is nothing to me," opened a door. The next day the boy came back and asked, "Were you really from Georgia?" The day after that, he asked, "What music is on that radio?" After 1 week, they were sitting there together every night. The boy told him about school. The man told him about his wife. The boy began to take out the trash for him. The man began to pack an extra sandwich for the boy. Listen to me, my love. It did not start with some deep talk. It did not start with perfect English. It did not start with, "I will tell you my pain." It started with weather, with heat, with one soft line that said, "I am real. You can come closer. That is what I want for you. I want you to walk in this world like that boy. I want you to walk in this world like Mr. Ray. Not hard, not cold, not shut. I want you to let people feel seen in small ways. Ask one kind question. Share one warm detail. Give one gentle tagline with your name. Hold back the big storm. Let trust grow slow. Because this is how strangers turn to friends, and friends turn to true help. This is how a hard day feels less heavy. This is how you build a life that does not feel lonely. Save this story and listen again later when you walk or wash dishes. Let it sit in your ear and in your chest. Let it teach your mouth new English, simple English story, but also let it teach your heart how to love better. Warm words can make a cold world kind again. I am here with you, and I want you to come back and sit with me again next time. This is English Calm, a channel built with care. Comment your country or just the first letter. We truly value every word. Thank you for being here. See you in the next story.